Matteo noticed before you said anything. He always did. You were quieter, shoulders drawn in, fingers tucked into your sleeves like you were trying to disappear into your own jumper. He frowned, eyes flicking over you with that sharp, assessing look that meant someone was about to get blamed for something. He stepped closer, shrugging out of his jacket without asking. A second later, it was draped around your shoulders. Still warm, still very much him. "You're cold," he said, like it was an accusation. You opened your mouth to deny it, but he was already tugging the jacket tighter around you, fingers brushing your wrists. "You always say you're fine," Mattheo muttered. His hand slid to your lower back, thumb pressing there like he was making sure you stayed exactly where he wanted you. "And you're always lying." You huffed a quiet laugh, leaning into him without even thinking about it. He smirked instantly, victorious, and pulled you closer, chin dipping to rest against the top of your head. "Problem solved," he murmured. "Next time you're cold, just stand next to me. I'm basically a human heater."
Draco didn't comment at first. He never did. He noticed the way you rubbed your hands together, how your shoulders tensed every time a draft slipped through the corridor. His eyes narrowed slightly, irritated at the environment for daring to inconvenience you. Without a word, he stepped closer. You barely had time to register it before his scarf was lifted and draped around your neck. Careful, precise. His fingers brushed your skin for half a second too long as he adjusted it, warmth settling in immediately. "You're freezing," Draco said flatly, like it was an observable fact, not something he cared about. You looked up at him. "I'm fine." He scoffed, already turning to walk again, hand closing around your wrist as he did. Not pulling, just anchoring. "No, you're not," he replied coolly, "and I'm not listening to you pretend otherwise." As he walked, his thumb absently brushed over your knuckles, slow and thoughtless, like he'd done it 1,000 times. He leaned in slightly, voice dropping so only you could hear. "If you get sick," he added, "I'll have to listen to everyone fuss over you. That would be unbearable."
Lorenzo noticed the second you shivered. His brows knit together, then lifted in exaggerated horror, like he'd just witnessed a tragedy unfold in front of him. "Oh no," he said, stopping dead in the corridor. "This is bad. This is very bad." You blinked at him. "What?" He stepped in front of you, hands coming up to your shoulders, as he inspected you like a patient on the brink of collapse. You're moments away from turning into an icicle. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. He rolled your eyes, a small laugh escaping before you could stop it. "There it is," Lorenzo murmured, satisfied. "Still alive." Before you could respond, he was already shrugging out of his coat. In one smooth motion, he wrapped it around you, pulling you in close until your forehead brushed his chest. His arms followed, circling you easily, warm and secure. "Better," he said softly, the teasing melting away. One hand slid up your back, slow and steady. "I've got you." You sighed, relaxing into him, the cold fading as his warmth sank in. He rested his chin lightly on your head, and stayed like that a little longer than necessary, to keep you warm, to keep you smiling.
Theo noticed in the quiet way he noticed everything. You sat beside him, knees drawn in, hands tucked beneath your thighs, like you were trying to trap whatever warmth you had left. He didn't say anything at first, just shifted closer, close enough that your shoulders brushed. A moment later, his coat was lifted and draped over you. He adjusted it around you with practiced ease, fingers warm. "Are you cold?" he murmured, voice low, almost fond. You glanced at him, surprised. "A little." He hummed softly, like he'd expected that answer. His arm slid around you, pulling you into his side. 𝘍𝙗𝙗, Theo whispered, his breath warm near your temple. His hand rested at your waist, thumb tracing slow, absent patterns there. "You don't have to pretend with me." You relaxed instantly, leaning into his chest. He stayed quiet, steady warmth, shielding you from the cold without drawing attention to it. After a while, he glanced down at you, lips barely curving into a smile. "Next time," he added gently, "tell me sooner. I don't like it when you're uncomfortable." His arm tightened just a fraction, protective, certain. And he didn't move until he was sure you were warm again.
Tom noticed the change immediately. You were quieter, slower. your movements just a fraction more restrained. He watched you for a moment, eyes sharp, unreadable, before stepping closer and placing a hand at your lower back. Not to steady you, to test. Cold? He asked calmly. You hesitated, then nodded once. A bit. That was all it took. Tom slipped his coat from his shoulders and draped it around you with deliberate care, adjusting it so it sat perfectly. His hands lingered, firm and precise. He guided you closer, one arm settling around your waist, pulling you into his space without force. His warmth was immediate, enveloping, controlled. You shouldn't ignore things like this, he said quietly, voice even. Not scolding, teaching. Your body tells the truth before you do. You looked up at him, about to protest, but he was already lowering his head, his forehead resting lightly against yours. You're safe, Tom murmured, with me. His thumb brushed slow, soothing circles at your side, grounding, possessive in the most unsettlingly gentle way.